Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my makeup inventory for as of January 1st, 2021. I did my inventory numbers and everything and just haven't had a chance to sit down and film this video until today, but just know that the products are accurate. I do know that I have a lot of makeup. In today's video, I'm going to run you through the numbers of how much makeup I have per category. I will be popping in some pictures. I can't accumulate all of each category in one picture. It's just a ton of work for starters, but also I have my makeup drawer of shame, my regular makeup collection, as well as my everyday makeup drawer, and it would require me to undo all that organization, and that would just be my worst nightmare. That's an exaggeration, but I am really big on my organization, and it just undoing all that would cause me a lot of stress and anxiety just for the sake of a picture. So I will be popping in pictures, but if I say I have X number of primers and the picture is popped up here and you're counting and it's not the same, just know the numbers were correct. Additionally, I have decluttered a few items since January 1st, as well as of course finished things in my collection since then. So even if I did pull out products today, the same products wouldn't necessarily be included. In my numbers, I include full size, deluxe size samples, and foil packages. They all count as one. So I'm always a bit nervous to share my numbers. I don't have the biggest makeup collection, but being in the panning community, I feel like it's the expectation for your numbers to go down significantly every single year, but that's just not my story. It's not for me. I would love to maintain the size of my collection, and I don't mind it growing a little bit each year. I do get BoxyCharm, and through my panning, it definitely helps me maintain this kind of equilibrium of things moving out versus things coming in. Also, my main goal through panning is to make my collection cruelty-free, not necessarily have a minimal makeup collection, because that's just not what's going to make me happy. I enjoy bringing in and testing out new makeup. Now, that's definitely gotten away from me, as you know if you watch my makeup drawer of shame video. I know that. But enough with the disclaimers. Let's just jump into my numbers. I do have goals for some categories, but not all of them. And because I'm not actively working really hard to meet these goals, a lot of them are kind of arbitrary, but I will share goals here and there when I feel necessary. And also, before I hop into it, I just keep talking, don't I? Let me know if you want to see this video in July, so for a 6-month update, or if you would like to see these videos quarterly to really keep tabs on my makeup inventory. I typically do these 2 times a year, once in the beginning of the year and once for a mid-year update, but I would be open to doing it quarterly if that is something you would like to watch. Okay, I have them in the order of how my makeup drawers are organized, so I'm not starting with primer, I'm actually starting with fragrances, and I have 12, which has actually gone down even more since then. I'm not big on fragrance. I wear a fragrance almost every single day, but it's not something that gets me really excited. However, it is a big section of my makeup collection or my beauty collection, I should say, that is not cruelty free. So I would like to work through these ones and then maybe try some from Pinrose or Skylar. Those are 2 cruelty-free fragrance companies that I've had my eye on that are sold at Sephora. So anyways, that was a long rambly way to say that I still have 12 fragrances. Eyeliner, I have 22, which is up from last year. I had 20. I did buy 3 from the ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christy collab. I bought the entire collection, and I believe there were 3 eyeliners in there, and I must have decluttered 1. For mascara, I have 2. In January of last year, I had 4. At the mid-year update, I had 3. I have not bought mascara in a very long time, and I have stopped opening more than 1 or 2 at a time. I used to have a ton of them open and liked using a different one each day. But again, it's just a category that doesn't make me super happy. Like, using one mascara versus the other is not a decision I need to hum and haw about. So now I just open one at a time. If I hate it, I'll declutter it. But I usually like to use it for 2 to 4 months and then just open a new one. And I've been getting them in my subscription boxes, and I haven't had to purchase one myself in a very long time. I do have 9 pairs of lashes, which is up by 1 from last year. Again, that must have come in a BoxyCharm. I don't really know why I include that in my inventory. I guess just because it's in my Alex 9 drawers. I have 5 eye bases, which is the same as January of 2020. I did use one up and then got another one, so it's not the exact same 5. Brow products, I'm up to 14, and I did have 11 last year, and those were all from BoxyCharm again. However, brow products never used to be a category that troubled me because I would always use around 4 brow products per year, whether that was, pencils or gels or pomades. They're all included in there, and last year I didn't use up any, so I definitely need to work on them more this year and get that number down. The number doesn't scare me, it just, I used to maintain my brow collection a little bit better than I did last year. Lip gloss is up to 27. It was 25 in January of last year. I dropped it down to 23 before July, and now we're up to 27. Again, I bought the entire ColourPop Raw Beauty Christie collab that had 2 glosses in it, and I believe, what else did I buy? I bought the Ofra and Samantha March Millie gloss, and there must be another one. I probably got another one in BoxyCharm. Liquid lipsticks, I'm so pleased to announce that it went down. I was at 52 last January, and now I'm at 49. That's still way too many. Liquid lipsticks are not my favorite. I much prefer a bullet lipstick. I have been wearing liquid lipsticks more than I was of January last year because of the whole masking thing, but it's still not my preferred lip product. Lip treatments, I have 6. I had 6 in January of 2020. Those are not the same 6. I feel like I rotate through those really well, with the exception of lip scrubs. So that has lip masks, lip scrubs, lip balms, all that is in that category. Bullet lipsticks and lipstick crayon type products, I'm up to 36. And again, that's a category that, like, I'm not really sure how that snuck up on me. 36 is a lot of bullet lipsticks, but I prefer those. Like, lip glosses and lipsticks are definitely my favorite lip product category. I don't know. Lip liner is up to 19 from 17, despite using one up last year, which I was really proud of. I seem to just keep accumulating them from BoxyCharm. And lip liner isn't even something that I enjoy using that much, so I really need to get that number down for sure. I have an arbitrary goal of having roughly 100 lip products. That has been my goal for the last year or 2, and I don't know if that's necessary for me anymore. Right now, how many do I have? 137, and in January of 2020 I had 134. So my net amount of lip products has gone up. And like I said, I just don't think it's a goal that I'm actively working towards. Like, I kind of have a rough one in, one out mentality. And even still, like, I don't really stick to that. Like, if there's something I really want to try, I will. But I have been buying way less makeup over the last year or 2 than ever before. Blushes are up to 44 blushes. That's a lot of blushes. And in my blush, bronzer, and highlight categories, I included face palettes if that is like their entire purpose. So like the BH Cosmetics 10 color nude blush palette, that counts as 10 blushes, not one face palette. So that definitely makes my numbers higher, but more accurate, if that makes sense. But if a face palette has more than one product, like a contour palette or like the Smashbox Cali contour palette that has blush, bronzer, highlight, powder, all of that, those count as face palettes. I have 25 bronzers, which is up from 18 of last year. Yikes. I feel like that's a lot of bronzer. I'm gonna stop like making justifications. That's a lot. It is. And highlight is up to 39 and it was 36 in last January. So all of those categories have gone up significantly, and I haven't gone through any cheek products and barely hit pan on any. So that's a category I really need to be mindful of. I do want to be trying more cream and liquid cheek products this year. I'm really anti-hype, which I don't know why I'm like that, especially being on YouTube and trying to grow my channel and all of that. It really works against me. When everyone was dying over liquid and cream blushes, for example, I was like, oh, everyone wants to, like, everyone's buying so many of those, I'm not going to buy any. And now I'm kind of like, I wish I tried more liquid and cream cheek products as well. So again, I think those categories are just going to keep going up for me, but I want to keep it a slow climb, if you will. I don't want to go from like 44 blushes today to 54 in July, but I'm okay with accumulating a couple a year. Speaking of face palettes, I had 4 in January of 2020, bumped up to 7 in July 2020, and now we are down to 6 because I did declutter the new Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette. It was in my makeup drawer of shame. I don't feel great about supporting Too Faced right now. It's brand new, untouched, and I have the OG Cocoa Contour palette, which I would want to completely pan before even ever using that one, and I'd only be able to use 4 of the 6 shades. So I decided to list that on my Poshmark. So that was one decluttered product there. Setting spray, I had 7 in January of 2020, 6 in July, and then 5 January of 2021. This is a category that I go through setting sprays pretty regularly, and I wouldn't mind actually having a few more. I only have one more hydrating type of spray, and right now being in like really dry, cold months, I kind of want to try out a few other ones like dewy or hydrating mists. Primer, I had 12. It bumped up to 16 in July of 2020, and it's still at 16. Again, I finished 2, I believe, last year, and a lot of those are minis. So if I focused, I could get those numbers down. I'm always so torn at the very end of the year whether to really focus on my Project Pan items and get some great progress, or ignoring those, pulling a bunch of foil samples out of my collection and just knocking them out to reduce my numbers. And ultimately I chose not to do that. But that also means, like, if push comes to shove and I really need to get my inventory numbers down, I could. For foundation, I had 11 in January of 2020, still 11 in July, and I'm up to 14. I did buy a couple from ColourPop. I bought the tinted moisturizer and a Pretty Fresh foundation, and again, more foil packs that I could get out. I feel like 16 primers, 14 foundations, not that bad. I really enjoy testing out base products, especially now that my skin is just still having a meltdown. It's been months now, since late October. I've been really struggling with hormonal acne out of nowheres. I've never had clear skin, but like my skin is the worst it's ever been in my life. And it was originally due to stress, I believe, and it's definitely getting better. But I've really been like having to change my entire skincare routine, base routine, a lot of the foundations in my collection I don't love on my skin right now. It's been a whole thing. Concealer, I had 9 in January of 2020 and I still have 9 January 2021. Those are not the same 9. I believe I went through 3 throughout last year, so I must have gotten 3 new ones as well. Powder, this is both pressed and loose powders. I had 11 in January of 2020 and now I have 12. I bought the Ciate London Everyday Vacay powder, which now I see Allie Glines talking about all the time, so I'm more excited to try it. It's still in my makeup drawer of shame, even though I bought it in March of last year. Okay, now the last of the makeup items is eyeshadows. Eyeshadows is not a category I'm super strict on myself. It's my favorite makeup product to test out and buy. I love the different color stories. So this category is going to continue to grow with each inventory video that I do. So first I have singles. This includes my liquid eyeshadows, my ColourPop Super Shocks, individual shadows, magnetic pans, like all kinds of singles like that. If it's not a pre-made palette, it goes in this category. I had 81 in January of last year and now I'm up to 89. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I actually want that to have grown more. I wanted my focus to be more on single shadows last year, and I didn't buy all that much makeup in 2020, which I'm proud of myself for. And this year I do want to buy more magnetic pan single eyeshadows and kind of create or dupe the vibes of popular eyeshadow palettes that I'm thinking of buying. I think that will help me a lot. And also I just want to use singles more on my channel and for myself and support more indie brands specifically. So I went up a bit. It's going to continue to go up. And eyeshadow palettes, I had 49 in January of last year and now I have 54, which only going up was by 5. I am really proud of. Actually, that is actually very surprising to me as well, because like I said, I do get BoxyCharm. I did buy a couple of eyeshadow palettes as well. Despite getting BoxyCharm, I've been really good at only keeping in my actual collection makeup that I'm excited for, that I'm actually going to use, that are unique to my collection. And if it's just another basic neutral palette I have no interest in, I've been listing it on my Poshmark and I have had great success in relieving my collection of the excess that BoxyCharm brings. I continue to keep the subscription box because a lot of times 2 or 3 items I'm really excited about, and then the other 2 to 3 items I can list on my Poshmark and get rid of. You know what I mean? So only going up by 5 eyeshadow palettes in a whole year is excellent news for me. Now I want to run through a few other stats. The total number of pans in my collection only increased by 4 last year. My panning was not good. January 1st, 2021, I have 14 pans in my makeup collection. Total number of eyeshadows in January of 2020, I had 624 pans of eyeshadow and now I have 740. Increased by over 100 eyeshadows. Yikes. The total number of just makeup products, I had 460 in January of 2020 and now I have 502. So my goal of maintaining size, I didn't do great at. Non-cruelty free makeup just by itself, a full eyeshadow palette that's not cruelty free just counts as 1. I had 58 in January of 2020 and now I'm down to 53 and I feel really good about that. That's really great progress for me. I'm grateful that those numbers continue to go down. It's really challenging when, so my numbers only went from 58 to 53 non-cruelty-free makeup products, but like Physicians Formula went from cruelty-free to non-cruelty-free. Same with First Aid Beauty. So my numbers in that sense keep going up. Or like new products that were existing in my collection now became not cruelty-free, and I am obligated to be working on them, which is really frustrating when I'm actively and trying really hard to have a cruelty-free makeup collection without being wasteful, which is why I choose to pan the products rather than throw them in the trash. So my voice is going, that's a lot of makeup. 502 makeup products. That's how much I have. And I'm okay with that, honestly. My goal in the past has been to maintain my makeup collection size, and that is still, like, I'm still being more conscious consumer than I was years past. I'm not like hauling a ton, I'm not buying a ton. However, I do want to, keeping in mind the makeup drawer of shame, which I know I named it that for a reason. It's all the new makeup I have in my collection that I've never used. So that is still at the forefront of my mind. But I want to also review some new makeup on my channel occasionally. Not all the time. I'm not going to be keeping up with the Joneses and buying all the new releases, but maybe something new once a month or something could be exciting. And therefore, my makeup collection is going to increase. Like, if it inches up, that's okay with me. And I don't know what my overall goal should be. I don't have specific goals for each category. And I don't know, I'm just at a loss on like how to close out this video. Like, everyone else is like, yay, my collection's getting smaller, and mine isn't. And I think that's okay too. Like, for me, I don't want my makeup collection to get bigger than what would fit in my LX9 drawer. And a lot of my drawers are not even that full if you look at it in that way. I don't really know how to close out this video. I don't have any big goals or anything. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments. What do you think? I know this was a longer video, but I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, as long as you're being nice, and constructive criticism is always welcome, but please don't be mean to me in the comments. The kids are back, so I better close out this video quickly. If you did enjoy today's makeup inventory video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know when you'd like to see this video again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!